Ever felt like your money is just sitting there? Like it's in a waiting room, not really working for you, but you're also hesitant to take on too much risk? You're not alone. Many people, especially those new to investing or simply looking for a safe haven for their funds, find themselves in this exact position. They want their money to do something, to at least keep pace with inflation, but the world of stocks and bonds can feel like navigating a minefield. That's where options like money market funds come in. They're often presented as a lower risk alternative, a place to park your cash and potentially earn a bit more than you would in a standard savings account. And one name that frequently pops up in these discussions is Vanguard. Vanguard is a giant in the investment world, known for its low-cost index funds and its reputation for putting investors first. Their Cash Plus account is one of their offerings in this space, and it naturally attracts a lot of attention. It sounds appealing, doesn't it? Cash Plus, implying your cash is doing a little bit more. But here's the crucial question, the one that often lingers in the back of people's minds. Is the return on Vanguard Cash Plus fixed? That's what we're going to dive deep into today. We'll unpack what Vanguard Cash Plus actually is, how it works, and most importantly, whether you can rely on a guaranteed, fixed return. Understanding this is absolutely essential before you decide if it's the right place for your hard-earned money. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is Vanguard Cash Plus? Essentially, Vanguard Cash Plus is a type of money market fund. Now, what does that mean in plain English? Imagine a pool of money contributed by many different investors. This pool is then used to invest in very short-term, high-quality debt instruments. Think of things like treasury bills issued by governments, commercial paper issued by large corporations, and repurchase agreements, repos, where one party sells securities and agrees to buy them back at a later date. These types of investments are generally considered to be very low risk. The maturity dates are short, often just days or weeks, which limits the potential for significant price fluctuations. The borrowers are typically credit-worthy entities, reducing the risk of default. Vanguard Cash Plus aims to provide investors with a yield, a return on their investment, that is generally higher than what they might earn in a traditional bank savings account. This is the plus in Cash Plus. It's designed to offer a slightly enhanced return while maintaining a high degree of safety and liquidity, meaning you can typically access your funds relatively easily. Now, let's get back to our core question, is the return fixed? The short answer is no, the return on Vanguard Cash Plus is not fixed. This is a critical point to understand. Unlike a fixed-rate certificate of deposit, CD, where you lock in a specific interest rate for a set period, the yield on a money market fund like Vanguard Cash Plus will fluctuate over time. Why does it fluctuate? Because the underlying investments held by the fund have short maturities and are constantly being reinvested at prevailing market interest rates. Think of it like this, if interest rates in the broader economy go up, the fund will eventually be able to reinvest its maturing securities at these higher rates, which will likely lead to a higher yield for investors. Conversely, if interest rates fall, the fund will have to reinvest at lower rates, resulting in a lower yield. Several factors can influence these market interest rates, including the Federal Reserve's monetary policy. In countries like the United States and similar central banks in other nations, the central bank plays a significant role in setting benchmark interest rates. Changes in these rates ripple through the economy and affect the yields of short-term debt instruments. Economic conditions, factors like inflation, economic growth, and unemployment can influence the demand for and supply of credit, which in turn affects interest rates. Market sentiment and risk appetite. In times of economic uncertainty, investors may flock to safer assets like government securities, potentially driving down their yields. Conversely, increased risk appetite could lead to slightly higher yields on other short-term instruments. Because Vanguard Cash Plus invests in these types of instruments, its yield will naturally adjust to these changing market conditions. You won't find a guaranteed interest rate that stays the same for the duration you hold your money in the fund. Instead of a fixed return, Vanguard Cash Plus offers a variable return. This return is typically expressed as an annual percentage yield, APY, which reflects the annualized rate of return based on the fund's recent performance, taking into account the effect of compounding. It's important to note that the APY you see quoted for Vanguard Cash Plus is a snapshot in time. It represents the annualized return based on the fund's daily income over the past 7 days. This is a common way for money market funds to quote their yields. This yield can and will change. So, if the return isn't fixed, what are the benefits of investing in Vanguard Cash Plus? Why would someone choose it over a fixed-rate option? Here are some key advantages. Potentially higher yield than traditional savings accounts. High degree of liquidity. Low risk. Diversification. Low expense ratio. Convenience. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to invest in Vanguard Cash Plus depends on your individual financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. If you prioritize a guaranteed, fixed return above all else, then options like CDs or potentially even some fixed annuities might be more suitable. However, if you value safety, liquidity, and the potential for a slightly higher yield than a traditional savings account, while understanding that the return will fluctuate, then Vanguard Cash Plus could be a worthwhile consideration. Remember to always do your own research and consider your specific circumstances before making any investment decisions. Review the fund's prospectus for detailed information about its investment objectives, risks, expenses, and performance. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.